as we are announcing. Are we live or no?
At 120 pounds for Skyview, Joshua Alonso, and for the Timberwolves, Donnie Sutcliffe.
That's what our matchups look like.
Caleb, thank you so much for joining me this evening.
I wouldn't rather be anywhere else, Ryan. This is a big packed house. It's senior night tonight. We're ready for some wrestling here. Now, as we get announcing for our wrestlers, I'm under the understanding this is something a little new for you.
This is brand new experience for me, folks, so bear with me as I go through a learning experience live on air with you tonight. I'm guaranteeing I'll make a mistake or two. The good news is I got a wrestling buff right here who knows this stuff, so you're going to help me through this process. I'm excited.
Oh, absolutely. We're excited to give you this live action tonight. And we're in for a special
spotlight, man. We're right under the spotlight. This is perfect.
Oh yeah, this is how we get down in wrestling. There's always mood lighting for big matches, but we are also in here for a special treat that I will get to you after we cover the national anthem. Excellent. Excellent. Now, we are here live, and it's a special night for you guys tonight. Tonight is senior night as well as alumni night, and with that, we've got a lot of past Heritage wrestlers, as long as future Heritage wrestlers. The Heritage youth team is out here today catching these matches, and on top of that, we are honoring the legend in Heritage High School Wrestling, Coach Donnie McPherson, the first ever Heritage High School wrestling coach here. Not only did that, but he led his teams to many acclamations, as well as 7 district championships, 8 league championships, 4 regional championships, and in 2003 won the 4A WIAA state championships, as well as having a hand in coaching numerous U.S. teams. And we had just recently found out that he is receiving the honor of being inducted into the Amateur Wrestling Hall of Fame.
That is pretty amazing when you sit here and think about it. I have had the great opportunity of talking with Coach Mack many a times, and he's one of those guys that, whenever you're in a bad mood, you see Coach Mack, he will always put a smile on your face. He is just that kind of guy.
Absolutely, a guy that will take the shirt off of his back to help you. As the captains meet in the middle of the mat, we are getting ready for the mate.
I'm excited to see how this turns out, Caleb. This is, as we said, something new for me, so this is going to be fun. It's also, folks, unfortunately, our last broadcast before we shut things down for winter season. Don't worry, we'll get things wrapped up or ramped up next fall when we get volleyball going, volleyball, wrestling, and basketball next year. Caleb, it's going to be exciting.
We got a lot of bright futures for the Heritage Broadcasting Network and Hugh Definition Productions. And so tonight, as we get started, we will start with the 160 weight class. That consists of Jackson Saylor from Skyview and Kyle Bear from Heritage as we square off here. Now, in wrestling, they don't always start at the lower weights and work their way up. They always have a random weight that they work at, and they start there and they work their way around. So we will start at 160 tonight.
Is there a method for that madness at all?
Not that I could explain, but we start at 160 tonight, and we will end at 152.
Fabulous.
As Saylor and Bear get ready to square off here, Bear for Heritage, Saylor for Skyview.
We're underway. In a good stand-up position to start things off.
Yep, and kind of feeling each other out here. Something to be noted here, Heritage will be the green group as Skyview will be the red as we go for points here.
Okie dokie.
Working for a takedown here is Bear. Saylor's fighting against it, not letting him get around. You do not get your points, Ryan, until you get those hips on the same side as your opponent's hips. There is no points being scored here yet.
Okie dokie.
No points scored. They break away. Still trying to feel each other out here. Bear and Saylor both showing excellent technique in the stand-up, not giving each other. Quick shot by Saylor.
Goes for the takedown.
Not a takedown yet, Ryan, but that is a nice shot. And will he get the points here? Bear has the knee, not allowing to get the points, and he will. 2 points for red. As Saylor looks to try and take control here in the top position. He's got a half in what looks like to be trying for an ankle pick. No, he's reaching for a cradle. Can he roll Bear back onto his shoulders? And he does. And he does. Here is the near.
Shoulder.
And at this point, Ryan, Bear has to get out of here because Saylor's not only has the chance for a pinfall, but he's scoring points here. 3 points to be exact.
3 points because he had him down for 5 seconds.
It's a
right?
near fall, yes.
Okay.
3 points for a near fall, and they went out of bounds, and they will come back to the inside.
So
the score is
Skyview is up 5-0.
Yes, 5-0 in the favor of red, Skyview.
I promise, folks, after 1 or 2 matches, I'll understand a little bit more.
Ooh, and a quick escape for Bear. Saylor, you have to wonder if Saylor let him up because he's a stronger stand-up worker, or if Bear was able to get out of that one. Sorry, folks, still trying to get into a groove here. Bear's trying to work here, trying to work a real muscular technique here, trying to manhandle him, where Saylor's is able to keep with him with good technique. And that'll end the first round. Now, how rounds break down here, fans, there was a coin flip to decide who got the first choice, and it looks like it was given to Heritage, which deferred to Skyview. A defer is the chance to opt out of choosing the first time, letting your opponent make that choice, and then getting a later choice in the next round. As Sailors look to escape, but Bear still very strong on the top. Does not give it up. But
looks like he's trying very hard to stay there in that position.
That was a good back trip, but is a reverse. There's 2 points for the takedown. Sailor's working that top position. He's got an ankle pick there. Looks like he's trying to get a crossface as well. Sailor's really working that top position, but Bear's really not giving up anything. This is not a complete loss for Bear, but he does need a move. He could get stalling points here. Bear's got to work. He's got to get off the ground here. Yeah. Sailor's doing a very fine job of controlling the hips, but there's no points being scored here. This is not helping either wrestler.
You know, if you're in Bear's spot, what do you do here?
I think you got to. Sorry about that, folks. I think you got to try to work a base, not be so flat on the ground. Being flat helps. It helps you not get to your back, but you also cannot work up to a workable position being flat on the mat like that. He's got to find a good base. He's got to get his hips level and get over it, and try to find either get Sailor in a bad spot or find a way to get a good reversal here. got to look away from this half. He cannot look into it. That's how he gets rolled up. Oh, gives him a nice little cradle.
Very physical match here.
Sailors is using whatever Bear is giving him.
Bear did a good job there not getting his shoulders to the mat, avoiding the pin.
2 points for Sailors there.
Sailors has dominated the first 2 rounds here. It's 9-1 in favor of Skyview.
And now we will go into the 3rd round. And remember, Bear chose to defer in the last round, so now he's going to get to choose. And looks like he chooses stand-up. This is the final round here, folks. Bear has to either get a pin or get some major points here to make this close, or Sailors may walk away with this win. There's a good spot. He's got Sailors in a bad spot here. If he can get his hips rotated over, come on. And Sailors doing a very good job denying. You cannot give up so quick there. Sailors working in a very good position for him, but Bear, he's done a very good job of staying flat on the mat. But like I said before, you can't score points and you can't get your opponent into a bad position or even in a favorable position for yourself if you're laying flat on the mat.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to be helping him much to start things off here.
Very interesting move here. Oh, and he's got him to his back here. He could get pinned here. He's got to. Sailors has to get that out, that inside shoulder down to the mat. As you can see from here, Bear was able to keep that outside shoulder up. Bear will get 3 points on that. Sailor will get 3 points on that. I apologize. As it is 14-1 with the last 30 seconds in this match rolling down. It looks like Sailor may get away with the win here.
Yes, it definitely does seem that Skyview is going to take the first match of the night.
Now, something to be noted here, folks. You get less points for wins by points. You want the pin to get the max amount of points.
So even though he has scored 14 points, that has no bearing on the score?
Not unless he texts him. Not unless he scores what I believe is 20... 15? Oh, we have to win by 15. You have to win by 15 to get teched. Okay. And it looks like we got a Sailor win here. A last second pinfall. A last second pinfall for Skyview will put them on the board first. As they will take an early lead in this dual meet. 6-0. And now we're moving on to the next weight class. Where we'll be at 170.
170 tonight. All right.
Looks like we got a quick restart here.
Clock wasn't set up, I do not believe. Looks like we're going to start this one over again.
And at 170, we will see Jaden Harkey from Skyview taking on James Cook from Heritage.
James Cook. Good luck to James. Let's try to get on the board here, Timberwolves.
And Skyview comes out very aggressively. Does not get the points for the takedown because they went out of bounds here. And Heritage will start on bottom. No. Standing. No. Yes, standing. Cool. A lot of the times in the beginning of these first rounds, unless you've got a real experienced wrestler that knows what he wants to do right away and look for, you kind of see these guys feel each other out here. Oh, and a quick takedown by Skyview, and they will get the points. Harkey's trying to work something here from the top. Cook is not giving him anything, but Cook does have to find a spot out of this, a way out of this. This is not a good spot.
So how do you turn around this defensive style into an offensive style for Cook?
you need to either catch the top man off balance or find your base to where you can stand up and get away. If you escape, you get 1 point. That's a point. I mean, right now, with that escape, it is now 1-2 in favor of Skyview. Cook looks to try and find some sort of offense here. Oh, a quick duck under. Pulls him over straight to his back. He's going to get the points, but not the near fall. He lets him up. Gets the escape, puts it back up to a neutral position. It is 2-4 right now in favor of Skyview.
About 20 seconds left in the first period.
Heritage goes for the shot. It's well defended by Skyview. Do not want to get his arm caught there. And it will push out of bounds. They will go back to the neutral position. Cook goes for another shot. Well defended by the Skyview wrestler in Harkey. And that will end the first round.
Well, at the end of the first round, it's very evenly matched so far. It's 4-2 in favor of the Storm with 2 more to go here.
And with the flip, Green will get the first choice here. Green chooses bottom.
What's the advantage for starting in this position, Caleb?
You're able to catch, there's chances for quick rolls-ups, catching your guy off balance, or getting a quick escape for points. If you think you're gonna get out and you're gonna get those points right away, aside from taking the top position and trying to work for a pin, you're open to getting a little bit more points on the board and maybe even finding a better stance up in neutral. But you also risk this. You risk matching up with a guy that's good on top and can ride it out. Will not give up anything.
He tries to go for the neck there.
You got to avoid the neck. You cannot wrap around the neck. I think we're seeing a lot of defense out of Heritage right now. Heritage needs to get on the attacking form. He is only 1 point behind the Skyview wrestler.
And it definitely seems that Cook is settling into a better rhythm here in the second.
Yeah, it does not seem like Harkey is aware that this match is not only as close as it is, but he's not in any sort of control. He's not to a point where he could be wrestling like he is. As Cook tries to capitalize here, he's caught in a bad position though.
Is he?
He does not want his weight. He wants his weight over the top of his opponent, not on the side to get rolled. Way to keep control, and we have Heritage is now in the lead with a 5-4 point score.
Scored him 2 points for that.
He's going to look to try and take control here. He's got a key lock, but nothing else. He's got to get that half if he wants the key lock. He's got to break down that base. He's not going to get anything from this.
Now, what's the rule on out of bounds here?
It just restarts.
Okay. And both of them have to be outside of the circle?
Yes, they will be both outside of the circle. Creates the restart, and they will start with Heritage on top. This is a favorable position for Cook. Cook could get something here and try to get some near fall points or a pin. As we approach the last 30 seconds of the second round. Cannot have his hips high either. That is not something he wants because he could get caught into a roll-up. He's got to work to break that base down. Harkey's base is very strong. But on the negative side of that, Harkey is not scoring any points. And that'll end it. We will go into the third round, 5-4 with a Heritage 1 point lead.
What is the key for Cook here in this final round, Caleb?
Control. You are on top. Do not let him escape. Do not let him get the free points. You are in a position to finish him right here, essentially.
And he tries to do that, it looks like.
Keep your hips over the hips. There you go. There we go. Do not get yourself in a bad spot here. You are up by 1 point. But at the same time, you don't want to be protective here. You don't want to try and coast. It is only 1 point lead. You want to try and capitalize. You want to add that lead. You want to get this guy to his back and try and get your team a 6 point tying team points. Oh, and a quick reversal. We could see something bad here. Oh, and he takes it right back.
This Heritage is looking for their first win in the league.
Good top control by Cook. Cook's got to work something here. It is very slow. He's trying for a half, it looks like.
Heritage is 0-3 in the league and 1-4 overall.
There was a stalling warning here. They both need to do something. There could be some points taken away. 55 seconds left in the final round.
Stalling seems pretty self-explanatory, just nothing going on.
Right, we need something going here. We need something. They have to make a move. They have to work. Cook needs to take an offensive advantage here as we're counting down. We're almost at 30 seconds with a 1-point lead. Oh, and he has to. There's no point scored there. There's no point scored yet because Skyview did not take control. Heritage is still in control here. Heritage.
Everybody in the stands getting into this, man.
They know how close it is.
To go.
They know how close.
Contest. Heritage on top.
He's got to stay in control. If he is not going to work any offense, he needs to stay in control here. He also needs to be careful not getting caught not working any offense because you could get a stalling point. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Heritage will walk away with a points victory
here.
Fabulous
match.
They grinded on that one.
And it looks like the Skyview wrestler is in a little bit of pain after that.
Could be a shoulder there.
Yeah.
Hate to see that happen, but way to grind out for a win. Now, to put in perspective, Heritage got a points victory where Skyview in the first round got a pin victory. Because of the pin victory, Skyview was awarded 6 points. Because
I didn't see the pin there. I thought Skyview...
The first match was a last-second pin.
Oh, okay.
Gave him 6 points. This second match, Heritage won by points, thus giving them 3 points, half of what you would get for a pin. And looks like we're going to have a forfeit here for Skyview. That's going to add them more points.
Okay. So that would be a point victory, right?
Yep. That will add what looks like 3 points. 6. Oh, they will get the full. They're going to get full 6 points for. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to be informed, the forfeit is automatic pin points. So there will be 6 points awarded to Skyview as Wolford for Heritage takes on Skyview's Jackson McKinney. Jackson McKinney will be taking on Quentin Wolford right now for Heritage at 195. McKinney in control of Wolford right now. Wolford's got to look to get back to a base, and he does. Now we can work for something different. Wolford, side note on Wolford. Wolford is a Heritage High School football player as well. I had the blessing to coach him as a freshman not this last season, but the season before when I was with the Heritage Timberwolves. Great kid, great heart, comes from a wrestling family in the Wolfords.
That is a name well known at Heritage for sure.
Quentin looks for a base here as McKinney looks to try and roll him over. Jackson McKinney looks like a very, very strong wrestler here. But Wolford not giving up an inch, fighting tough here. He's got to get off his back, though.
That's a dangerous position for that pin.
And there it is.
There it is. That's not good.
It'll happen that quick, Ryan.
And Heritage is already putting themselves in a little bit of a hole here. Skyview will take an 18-3 lead after that pin victory.
It looks like Ryan Lloyd for Skyview will be accepting a forfeit from Heritage.
So it looks like it will just go from bad to worse for the Timberwolves.
Not a good sign here. You do not want to give up the free points in situations like this. This is what hurt Heritage in past wrestling meets as well.
Skyview sitting right now at 1-1 in the league and 1-1 overall. I feel like those standings might not have been updated.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're in for a special treat as we get into the heavyweights.
Oh,
At the 285-pound weight class, we've got Kevin Cruz for Skyview taking on the defending Clark County Tournament champion in Whitey Sassoni.
Whitey Sassoni, the big boy for the Timberwolves. It's a treat to see heavyweights square up. Big boys going at it.
And in these situations, it's kind of rare to see them go for shots in these at this size. Whitey is his one that I have seen go for the legs, take those shots. He's a very quick player. But the thing is Whitey's an all-league defensive D lineman. The man is strong. He is quick. He knows what he is doing. Hence why he was able to show up at that Clark County tournament and clean house.
Fabulous for him to win that tournament.
As he looks to establish some sort of dominance here. Now, like I said before, you will see these big men battle for position. There's the shot right there. And that could benefit Whitey because these big men are not used to seeing those shots.
The Skyview wrestler able to stay on his feet though. He was playing hip hop for a while there, jumping around on one foot.
Whitey looks to try and find some kind of opening, some kind of position. These big guys like to push on each other like this because they're hoping to catch one another off balance and maybe get a roll, get a throw, get a head and arms, something, some sort of opening as we approach the last 30 seconds of this first round. A big fan base here for Whitey. He seems to be popular for Heritage.
Everybody cheering him on. That's got to give him a little extra momentum. Score is still 0-0 with 20 seconds to go in the first.
Whitey's looking. He's trying to put Skyview in a position to where he can work him. Wants to catch him off balance. Cruz is able to keep his balance and keep good feet, good level. As Whitey tries to change the level of where they're standing, Cruz is able to duck down with him and match it, not giving Whitey the opening he's looking for.
And that first period will go scoreless as we enter the second
round here as Whitey will take the top. This could be a good situation for Whitey. Whitey could take control in this spot. There, as he breaks down the base here, he's looking for a half. This is a good base for Cruz. Cruz is up, but he gives the leg. Can Whitey turn him? He's got to look for the picture here and turn him across. Oh, and a good sprawl by Cruz. No points scored. Keep in mind, no points scored. He's got to get around to Whitey's hips to score. No points. No points. One escape for Red, actually. Skyview will take a 1-point lead for that escape.
And these two heavyweights are going at each other.
Oh, can we see it? There it is. Head and arm roll. He's
takedown.
got him to the back. Can he get him to he's got to get up on his heels. He is too flat on the ground right now. He needs to get up on the toes of his feet, roll that shoulder to the mat and get him there. Get your weight separated.
Crowd, everybody's going crazy. Trying Whitey on.
Switch your weight here, Whitey.
To that pin position.
Switch your weight here, young man. Get that hip over.
Is he going to do it?
Get that shoulder over. You got to adjust your weight here, young man. You're in a bad spot. This is a reversal.
There's the reversal for the Storm.
3 points for Whitey and 2 reversal points for Cruz. As Whitey is in a rough position here as he looks to work to get out of it. Like we said earlier, Whitey, a defending Clark County Tournament champion.
And that's got to give him a lot of confidence heading into districts and stuff coming down the road.
He's got to sink his hips over. His hips are too high in this situation. He's got to drop them, lower his level.
And the referee will avoid a point there for Whitey.
The point was awarded to Whitey, and they stopped what they were doing. That was what they call stalling.
Stalling, pretty self-explanatory. A lot of stuff not really happening. The ref's not liking it, and he's going to blow his whistle.
There's a good chance for Whitey to score some points if he can get out. He's got his hips out. There he is. He's got it where he wants to be. He's got to break that lock.
Oh,
no. And see, Ryan, when you get into situations like this and he has your waist, you need to push your hips out in a way, push them towards the wrist lock here, because you are not allowed to lock hands. You got him by the wrist here. You want to push away and push down on the wrist to break that lock and get away.
Okay.
You want to make the distance from hip to hip much longer. You do not want to be in close to him.
It's 3-6 here in the final period. Quarter, whatever you call it.
It's a round, and he's got him rolled up here.
There it is.
In a classic wrestling pin here.
Right? No, going.
And he's got the half. Can he get him rolled over here? This is very key to get up on the balls of your feet when you've got him on the ground like this to get him rolled. Way to fight by Cruz. Very good fight.
Been a very impressive match from both these big boys.
Heritage has the lead at 8-3 in this situation as Whitey looks to try and finish and get some pin points.
Heritage in desperate need of a 6-point pin win.
And he was awarded 3 points for near fall. He could quite possibly tech this man.
Which would be good for Heritage. A 6-point win would be key.
No, not a good situation there. Not a good spot to be in. But Whitey has the points lead and looks like he has the technique advantage over Cruz right now. Able to out-technique him, able to outwork him, get him in bad spots.
With 1:05 to go in this match, what is important to watch for?
Whitey does not want to get comfortable. He does not want to get caught in a bad spot. I've been in situations here. As Whitey looks to try and get something here. Sorry about that. We had a bit of an interruption here in the booth.
That'll happen from time to time.
Whitey looks to try and get a good position here.
And during the distraction, Whitey grabbed another point, so it's 12-5 for Heritage. Both these guys going head to
this
head.
is exactly what I talked about right here. You do not want to get caught in a bad spot. Giving up 3 points here. 2 points goes to Skyview as we now have a 12-7 match with Skyview in the control. But the points lead belongs to Heritage. Whitey needs to fight here. He really needs to fight here. He cannot give up his back.
And let me tell you what, the enthusiasm by both teams, the fans in this gym is absolutely
There we go,
palpable.
Whitey. There we go. Gets the hips back, gets him away, and now he's in a position of control.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That'll be it. Whitey will hold on to win in a very good match. The crowd giving him a nice ovation after that. I gotta say, this is a fabulous environment for a wrestling match. The crowd is into it. The team is into it. Look how fired up the Heritage team is after that victory.
The admiration between the two competitors as well as they shared a hug in the middle of the mat as the referee goes to talk over.
Two heavyweights going head to head, and they said we'll finish things respectfully, giving each other a little bit of love. They probably had a couple of meetings down the line. This probably won't be the last.
I'm sure they had a very, very nice match during the Clark County tournament as Whitey takes the win here by points.
Fabulous. Alrighty. What do we got coming up next?
And the next action we have in store for you, ladies and gentlemen, we are at 106, the little guys.
Oh, kudos.
We're going to see some
from the big boys to the little guys.
right away. And we're going to see some very interesting wrestling here, Ryan.
So
they're going to move around, do what they got to do.
You answered my question there. I was going to ask you, in a weight class like this, what are you looking for?
Lots of movement.
These wrestlers?
Lots of movement, moving very fast, quick shots. You see these big guys like to work high. They like to work up top. They want to get throws. They want to get trips and suplexes, where these little guys, they want to get the shots. And to go over the team points here, we've got a 24-6 lead for Skyview as Heritage looks to try and fight back and chip away at this deficit in their lower divisions.
Here we go.
So,
and you were talking about quickness. We're seeing that right out of the gate.
At 106, we have Hikura Abe for Skyview and Chad Doney for the Timberwolves.
Come on, Doney.
Chad looks to Try and get some good
Work
technique
it
here.
in there with those arms.
Little high, but and gets caught up for it. He was too high when he was going for his next transition. Gets caught, rolled to his back, and they will stop it right there. Rolled out of bounds.
Now, as a wrestler, if you see yourself getting close to that line in a bad spot, are you trying to roll out of bounds so you get a restart?
Yes and no. You want to get the points.
Okay.
You want to get the points. Yes, it restarts everything and you get put back in the same position, but if you can get away and get out, get those points. As it looks like we're going to get a start, essentially what happens is they're going to start neutral here. Look like they originally wanted is that one of those?
Getting some clarification here, folks. Skyview has a 4-0 lead early on in this 106 matchup. Caleb will be back in a minute.
Instead of doing that star set and pushing away.
These guys are going at it.
And to explain what happened at that point in the round, essentially Skyview had elected to let Heritage up, thus resulting in 1 point for Heritage for the escape. Wait, no, excuse me. Heritage elected to let Skyview up, essentially eliminating that star start set that we used to see back in the day, where you would release the bottom man free for that 1 point. Instead, they ward the man 1 point and they start in a neutral position.
Yep, what he said. Looks like they run down to 50 seconds left in the first round.
As we have a 4-1 match in favor of Skyview. Donnie needs to try and figure something out here. It is not. This is a manageable differential in the points situation.
Testing. 1-2 testing.
And there's a quick takedown by Donnie, and he's going to get points there.
Donnie will score there for the Timberwolves.
As he looks for what I believe is a cradle here. He's got to rock his hips back
10
now.
10 seconds left in the first round.
Get those arms locked and drop those hips back and roll them back into that cradle. That's going to be what he wants here. And that'll be the end of the first round. The match sits as 4-3 in favor of Skyview, as Donnie will take the top position here.
And it's 3-4 after.
Excuse the booth here. We're having
Middle.
difficulties.
Oh, a nice takedown there.
No takedown
No?
yet. No
Oh.
takedown yet. It's just keeping control.
Okay, keeping
Just-
control. Sorry, folks.
As they will restart here. Heritage on bottom. No, Skyview on bottom, Heritage on top. Score is still 4-3. Donnie could get out of here and tie the points. Or no, Donnie's on top. Donnie could get him turned to the back and take the lead in this match. Keep him down there, Donnie. There we go.
Now, as a former wrestler, what was your favorite position to work out of, Caleb?
I always wanted to be in the neutral position. I never wanted to be close to the ground. I didn't trust myself. I didn't want to leave myself up to leave too many spaces for opportunity for the other team. I like to take control of the top if I get it, but most of the time I want those takedown points to take you straight to the mat.
See both of them go out of bounds here, so it'll be a restart.
But I was also a heavyweight. I worked very high. I was not a guy that wanted to be on the mat unless I was in the near fall position scoring points.
Okay.
There's a head and arm right there, and he rolls right through it. Now, the head and arm is a very, very tricky move. It's a great move. It's a very effective move to get your guy to the back, but it is very easy to get caught in a bad position for a head and arm. If you overstep, you can get rolled right to your back. If you over rotate, you could rotate all the way through, and next thing you know, you're on your back again. One of my favorite moves. Still one of my favorite moves. Very effective, but you have to know how to do it. You have to do it right.
Coming up at about 45 seconds left here in the second round. Heritage down by 2, 3-5 right now. As you were saying, a very manageable margin.
5-3 in favor of Skyview as Donnie looks to try and work here. Donnie's usually the type to take more shots. I remember in the last meet he was a quick, take a shot, missed. All right, move on to the next one. Take a shot, missed. Ankle pick. He was a constant thinker as he wrestled. But here he looks a little out of sorts here.
And that's going to do it for the second round. It'll stay at that 5-3 score that we mentioned just a minute ago. Points still stand at 6-24 in favor of the Storm. Points still in favor of the Storm in both the match and overall.
Skyview looks to take the dominant control here. No, Donnie looks to roll.
Donnie tried to.
Nope, lost. Good control there by the Skyview wrestler.
Got right back on top. Donnie tries to fight out again. Look at the tenacity by Donnie trying to get up.
Abe is not making it easy for Donnie on that bottom position.
No, he is not. You talked about the quickness factor from the start of this match, and we have seen that throughout. Both these guys have been quick, moving all over the place.
Donnie's got to get up and get out of here. He's got to get points. He needs to catch Abe in an unfavorable position, trying to get some reversal points. Not a good spot. Approaching the last 50 seconds of this match. Potentially dangerous called. One point will be awarded to Green for the potentially dangerous. It was an illegal move.
Okay.
Making it a 1-point match. If
5-4, 51 seconds to go.
If Donnie can escape, we've got a tied match here.
He tried to do so, but was unsuccessful right away.
Good top positioning by Abe, able to keep control, but he's got to work something. He could get caught with another point. Donnie's actually in a favorable position here. He's got to work around him. He's got to get those hips around him. He's got to he's got to work it. He has had to run into that shot, but he did not. He did not. Oh, he still has a chance here. Oh, missed opportunities for Donnie. 14 seconds, 10 seconds left now.
Both guys going at it. Donnie not in favorable position. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that'll do it. Unfortunately, Skyview will pick up the victory. It'll be a final score of 4-7. That'll give them 27 points overall.
And now we are approaching the 113 weight class. And finally, Heritage is going to get some love from the forfeit as Skyview forfeits the 113 spot to Sanri Nguyen.
Congratulations to Sanri on the victory. Heritage will take 6 away, and it'll make it a 12-14 or 12-24 gap, or 12-27. Sorry.
As We get the forfeit all figured out here. We will be moving to the next weight class for us at the 120 position. At 120, Skyview has Joshua Alonso taking on Heritage's Donnie Sutcliffe. And yes, that is the Sutcliffe, the little brother of Tyler Sutcliffe and Courtney Sutcliffe, both past Heritage alumni.
Always good to see a Heritage alum out there.
As Sonnery will take the win there, give Heritage some points.
A family of T-Wolves, you could say.
Donnie Sutcliffe looks cool, calm, collective as he steps into the
I gotta
mat.
say, I absolutely love the attire for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, we're at the 120 weight class here. And as you were saying about the attire, there are a lot of teams moving to I guess you could call it a jiu-jitsu shirt.
Okay.
You see that a lot in the MMA world, the mixed martial arts world, especially grappling tournaments. They will wear the shirt instead of the singlet. It's honestly in the wrestling world. Honestly, the way I could see it is I don't know. It gives you an alternate to wearing the singlet. It gets more kids out.
I think it's kind of cool, man. Yeah.
It gets more kids out.
It takes away from the stereotype a little bit.
Absolutely. It invites more of the guys that aren't entirely sure about the sport, or high school's a weird time as well as middle school. A lot of these guys still aren't exactly comfortable with their bodies, so they don't want to go out in front of the whole school in a singlet.
Exactly.
So the option of wearing shorts and an MMA shirt is very cool. I like that.
Skyview managed to grab 2 points early on.
Is a 2-0
A minute to
match.
go, halfway through the first.
Points will go to Sutcliffe for the escape. Oh, and he cannot be caught off balance like that. Sutcliffe needs to sprawl here. Up high and taken down. You cannot pick him up and put him to the ground like that. You have to bring him down safely.
And that is a dangerous move for sure.
That will give Donnie more points, and they will check him out to see if he's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, again, if you pick your opponent off the mat, you need to bring him back to the mat safely. You need to have control. They have completely eliminated that pick him up and throw him aspect.
What the referee was probably talking to him about before they get the restart going. So it'll be 2-2 here with 45 seconds to go.
Sutcliffe works high here. He's got to watch his base. He's getting his feet real close, especially against a quick opponent like this.
And I'm just impressed by the muscular ability of the Skyview wrestler.
Alonso is very, very strong. Donnie able to match it with some very good technique. Ooh, and he gets ripped across. Got to watch that work around the neck again.
It seems like he's done that a couple of times early on.
Alonso wrestling very recklessly here. 2-2 match.
He goes right in for...
And he gets the takedown points.
The takedown.
As we wrap up this first round, getting into the final seconds. And that'll be it for the first round, as Skyview has a 4-2 lead over Heritage, as it looks like Donnie Sutcliffe gets the choice here. He is going to defer, giving the option to Skyview, and he chooses to start neutral.
And so that means Heritage will get to choose to start the final period or quarter.
Yes, that means they will get the choice at the third and final round. 2 points quickly go to Skyview there as they look to take control. It's 6-2. Sutcliffe needs to be strong here on the bottom. Try and find a way out.
Alonso doing a good job staying on top. Goes for that neck again, though.
He's wrestling very recklessly here.
Yeah.
Got to be careful he doesn't get another call.
You know,
They're flirting very close with that line on the outside as well. If Donnie could run himself out of bounds, they could get a restart here. Now this Ryan Black would be a situation where I would want to get out of bounds, where I would want to try and get this restart.
You're having trouble getting out, so
Exactly.
right now you try to use that to his advantage. It looks like
Get a quick restart.
Alonso did a very good job of moving him closer towards the center there, staying on top, managing to keep control here.
Notice how Skyview never adjusts his hips to the outside or on either end. They try to keep him up top. Try to keep the weight evenly distributed so that you can work your opponent. As he rolls him to his back here, and we could have a pin, and we do. Very quick pin there. I do not understand that one. Was not on his back very long before the pin hit. That was a very quick call, but Skyview will come away with the pin.
6 more points.
We're moving on to 126.
It's 33-12 right now.
Now we're in for a very exciting match here. As the 126 for Skyview, Caesar Neva Magna takes on our Draven Burton. Now Draven Burton is another kid I was able to coach along with Wolford. Very hard-nosed kid that never played football before and easily became a defensive back and running back for us and got an ample amount of play time.
And those are not just starting.
Very tough kid, was not afraid of contact.
And look at the physical abilities. He goes right for the takedown.
Very good
there.
wrestler, too.
Didn't get it, but
wrestling is his sport.
It looks like it. I can see why.
Draven Burton working very well, not giving up the hips. He's staying aligned with him, almost kind of working to manhandle him. He's got to be careful, though. That could put him in an unfavorable position to get rolled up. Draven's got to keep the pressure on him.
And they're both out of bounds now.
There we go. There's the out of bounds call. Little extra pushing and shoving towards the end, getting a little chippy. And 2 points will go to Draven for the takedown, I believe.
Oh, looks like the coaches are going to go to the table.
The Skyview coach walks over to the booth to try and question with the ref. He wants to know if they get any escape points since they both stood up there as they were entering the out of bounds. We're going to be adjusting these mics. I can hear myself. No Ryan yet in my headset.
Okay. Is that better? There we go.
I can now hear him, but I can't hear myself. There it is.
There we go.
Perfect. We're right where we need to be.
Right where we need to be. No
As we start this match right back up again, Draven looks to continue the control he had from before. And we thank you for bearing with us on these technical difficulties and these new headsets that we've got. It's a very open, very promising time here for Heritage as we look to get this athletic network up and running. No, and Draven continues to dominate this round. Not for lack of effort from the Skyview wrestler, as Magna tries to get out of this, but Draven he's very strong on this top position and he's got good form as Draven lets him up. That will be 1 point for Skyview. It'll be a 2-1 situation. Very seasoned wrestler here. Draven looking for a very good move here. That is not a move you see very often in high school. As he was able to get the body over and get his shoulders turned here. Very good position for Draven. He could get the pin. This was a quick pinfall in the last match. I do not understand what took so long on this one. But Draven could, if he rocks his hip back. No, saved by the bell. Saved by the bell there. 7-1 with the Heritage in favor. Draven Burton looks to take the top position. Oh, And Magna quick to try and get away, but Draven is not giving up and gets a quick takedown, but will not get the points because he had the control. He was able to maintain control, take his opponent right back to the mat. That is a good veteran move by sophomore Draven. Draven looks to keep his control here.
Trying to figure out what's going on.
Does not want to give up points and let him away, but also does not want to get caught up in the head and arm. That's why he kept his hips back. Nice job there by Draven.
Doing a really good job here of standing up. 7-1, Heritage in control, but you think they would love to get a pin here and start to crawl back in this match.
Oh, absolutely. As Skyview looks to get a quick takedown, but no, met by the same move that Draven used before to get him to his back. Let's see if he can get the pin here.
Shoulder. He's got a lot more time this time to work with.
He's got to distribute his weight better.
There it is. Oh.
He's got to get up on his toes, get his weight down, get him flat. Stay up.
Trying really hard, fighting.
That move that Draven was, I was just informed that that move Draven used twice to set up that pin that Draven was able to get was called the Saturday Night Ride. Very clever name there. As he gets the second round pin and some big points for Heritage.
That was huge, an absolute huge Saturday Night Drive victory for Draven and the Timberwolves there, and it will be 18-33.
Draven getting the win with the Saturday Night Ride into a pin. And now we move on to the 132 weight class, where Cole Rice of Skyview will take on Daxton Monahan from Heritage.
That's a cool name, Daxton Monahan. I like that.
Now Dax is our resident masked wrestler here. Where's that protective face mask for what I? Where's that protective face mask for what I believe was a mouth injury that he received in past wrestling years. The only way I believe he was in a confrontation. It sounds like at school.
He's on his toe. Well, that was interesting.
Got caught up in a confrontation at school, got popped in the mouth, ended up having to have some major dental surgery happen, and the only way he was able to continue to wrestle and continue to do the sport he loved is by wrestling with the mouth. Daxton's got to work out of this bottom here.
And this guy
not a
have
good
a quick
position.
2-0 lead.
See, now this is a situation right here where Daxton, if he flips his hips, he can roll him to his back. Skyview is far too over on the opposite side here.
And he tries to do it the opposite way.
No, he did not. That was a roll up for a cradle by Skyview.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Which could lead to a near fall here, and it is.
Oh.
Not a good position to be in a cradle. When you get that cradle and you see that and you've got that foot locked in with you, you have to get your opposing foot lined up with that other one and push it apart to break that arm lock. And that's a quick win for Skyview at 132 as now we approach 138 where Liam Ewing from Skyview will take on Alex Newberry from Heritage.
Heritage has put themselves in a 21-point hold, down 39.
If they can get 3 pins here, they could quite possibly make this a close meet.
Definitely need to start stringing together some pin victories.
Have to get the big wins.
Both guys end up throwing each other out of bounds, and we get ready for a restart.
Couple of quick moving guys. Good shot attempt, and he gets it. Quick 2 points for Heritage. He looks to get the weight distribution.
Like he knows what he's doing on that mat, working very well right now.
Well, he's got the half, but he needs to get his hips lower and closer to the mat. As he works that power, he does not want to get off balance and leave himself sustainable for a roll-up. Good top control, keeping those hips lined up. As he runs it, he looks to run this half. Met with some great force. He's got to switch the direction here. There it is. There it is. Now run it. Run it. He's got him in a good spot. Got him in a good spot. He's got to keep running. He's got to keep running that circle. He cannot be quick to give up on the run. Cannot be quick to give up. He is working him. He's getting him into a favorable position. If he could just finish it.
1 minute to go in the first round.
Good top control.
He's doing a good job not letting the balance of power shift in this match early on.
Newberry has came in here with a goal, and that was to control this match.
Not a lot of points have been scored. It's still just 2-0 in favor of the Timberwolves.
Ewing has tried to get a reverse here and is met with just an answer for every aspect of offense and defense that Skyview's thrown at him. Newberry in a favorable position as he could get the pin here. He's very close. He needs to rock his hips back. He does not have his hips on his toes. He is not in a favorable position to put as much weight possible on the opponent. He is, I mean, there's no surprise that he's not getting the pin here. He needs to adjust his hips. He needs to adjust where he's putting his weight. He is way too top heavy.
The Skyview guy trying to.
There it is.
There it is.
And there's some pinpoints in the first round with 4 seconds left in the first round.
That's fabulous. Clock's winding down. Skyview guy maybe thinks he's getting too close to the end of the round. Gets a little too comfortable there. Lets his shoulders get on the mat, and the Timberwolves take advantage.
Very quick, good dominance there. Quick news on Newberry. I've come to find out that back in middle school when he was wrestling, he was a 2-time undefeated district champion, and he is only a freshman this year, taking 3rd in the Clark County tournament.
Looks like he has a bright future here at Heritage.
As we move on to
a place that is definitely great. If you are a wrestler, you definitely want to come to Heritage.
As we move on to the 145 weight class with Zach Phillips from Skyview taking on Cole Miller of your Heritage Timberwolves. Cole Miller, good top control, not getting caught up. Very back and forth, no points
Cole's
scored
going
here.
Right at him here early
Good
on.
shot, but also met with good defense by Skyview. No points scored. Alex fighting very tough here.
That was a big pin result to get for the Timberwolves in the last match.
And there's 2 points quick for Skyview as he was able to get his hips back over to the opponents. Cole needs to try and work something here as they will stop the match. Restarting him, putting Cole in the bottom. Miller needs to try to work a good base here. Good top control by Skyview. If you're able to keep your hips lined up with your opponent's hips, you should pretty much ride out most matches. Good control. Heritage has got to work something here.
Yeah.
Can't get caught up on the bottom for too long. Another thing is
to be a little stagnant here, slow to get to the pace.
Another thing here is this position is incredibly tiring. Being in that bottom position is incredibly tiring. It takes a lot of effort to keep a good position, keep a good base, but also defend just about everything that the top man's throwing at you. Lots of stuff going on when you're in that bottom situation. Miller doing a very good job at defending. He could roll him here.
Tried to, but no look, it looked like. So at the
And then we'll restart that.
It's still 2-0 in favor of the Storm.
As we start the second round, as Skyview will get the pick, and Skyview picks bottom. Looks like Skyview wants some quick escape points here. Hopefully Cole Miller can keep control and maybe get himself in a position to get some offense going here.
Wait for that quick escape.
No points yet for the escape. And he will get 2 points for the takedown instead.
Quickly doubled up that lead from the first.
I checked that. He did not get 2 points for a takedown. He got 2 points for a reversal.
Okay.
As Cole looks to try and get himself off the bottom here. The Skyview wrestler has that inside leg trapped. It makes it very hard for him to move anything as he works to the other side.
Now, in matches like this where you're struggling about halfway through, what are you trying to do if you're Cole?
you got to try and find some. Cole needs to try and find some offense. He's got to get off of his stomach. Cannot, like I said before, you cannot score points if you're flat on the mat like this. Build a good base, work yourself up, and try and get out. They're going to restart it.
Seconds left to go in the second.
A 4-0 match, a very maintainable match for Cole.
Trying to get Cole on his shoulders. Cole did a good job.
Not a good position.
Let that happen.
Not a good position for Cole right now. And there's a pin. And there will be a pinfall for Skyview as they will get the points and they will cruise to a inevitable victory here.
That takes us out of contention.
As we come down to our final match of the night at 152. Where Skyview will send Quinn Martin to the circle and we will send Brandon Bowman.
Well, let's hope Bowman can end this thing at least on a positive note for the Timberwolves.
As it'll inevitably be a Skyview victory here.
Not for a lack of fighting and heart for these Timberwolves, though.
Very, very rough having to give away 2 quick forfeits. Not a good situation.
When you give up 12 points unanswered like that, it does not make it easy, especially when you only got 1 forfeit yourself.
Puts you in a deep hole.
It's nice if those forfeits can balance themselves out sometimes. This is one of those cases, unfortunately, it did not do so.
Ooh, very good form by both of them. An ankle pick straight to the back. Getting the takedown. Oh, quick turn, quick roll to the back. Potentially, I believe he's hurt. I believe he is hurt.
You never like to see this, especially with the last match of the night.
Not a good situation.
He is grasping at that neck, it looks like.
Gotta hope that it is not the neck.
Members of the Heritage medical staff out on the court, out on the mat now.
Bowman still slow to get up. Brandon Bowman out there in the middle of the mat. They're going to be very easy with him. The necks are not something you want to play with.
Definitely not.
As we take this, we have this break in the action, we're going to take this time to let you know that the next wrestling action for your Heritage Timberwolves will be at the Border Brawl, which I believe will be a tournament. It'll be here at Heritage. It is a tournament that involves both Vancouver and Portland schools, I believe, with everyone in the surrounding area that rides along that Portland to Washington, Portland to Oregon border.
Well, hopefully
Oregon to Washington border.
Excuse
me,
Washington
fans.
the W. It's pretty cool that we get to host something like that. And when you see the amazing environment for wrestling that Heritage is put together here, it's not a surprise that they decided to bring the Border Wars to HHS this year.
Absolutely. It looks like we're going to continue with this match.
What hard it takes to fight this out and continue here.
Bowman looks to try and regain some. And Martin will get the 3-point near fall, making it a 5-0 match. Bowman fighting valiantly, trying to get up off of his back. Quinn Martin, a very strong wrestler. able to ride that top position very successfully. Bowman's got to find a way up. He's got to find a way up. Good control from the top by Quinn.
Absolutely imperative he gets back to a comfortable position here. 50 seconds to go in the first round.
Looks for the cradle. Quinn looks to cradle him up and roll him back. Still not in a good position for Bowman.
The wherewithal there for Bowman to
Gets him to his back.
kick out of
As
that,
he can
though.
get flat, we might see a pinfall here.
Bowman trying hard to avoid getting his
Notice
shoulders
how
on the
Quinn
mat.
stays on his toes, rocks his hips back or forward, depending on which way that shoulder comes up.
In good position as he works the whole body there.
Able to stay and keep all of his weight. Be a good position for Bowman.
Bowman able to get his legs up there to avoid the pin.
As Martin looks to sit out and ride this out. And there it is.
There it is. And that'll be it, folks. The final match is finished. The Storm take care of business here tonight at Heritage.
As they take a 51-24 team score win, and Skyview will come away with this win. And as we wrap up this broadcast, I'd like to thank every single one of you for tuning in. I'd like to thank my partner, Ryan Black, for bearing with us here and learning something new on this adventure.
Blast, man. This is exciting tonight.
I want to give a shout out and thank you to our producer, Houston Dillard. Without him, none of this would be possible.
Yeah, before we go off here, Houston, thank you so much for making this happen for us at the tail end of the season. I cannot wait for next year, man. You're awesome. I had a blast doing it.
And as we approach the end of our broadcast, a final thank you and a congratulations to Coach Mack, who was inducted into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. Thank you, fans. Thank you, Heritage fans. Thank you, Skyview fans. Thank you, everyone. We will catch you at another date. Good night.
Thank you so much.